There are over 50 characters in the Garten of BanBan series, but most fans have no idea how they were actually created. In this video, I'm going to explain the origin of every major character, who created them, how they were made, and why some of them still remember their human past. We're also going deep into the early days of BanBan's kindergarten, where unethical science, failed experiments, and forgotten memories gave life to the monsters we now fear. Let's start with Sheriff Toadster's origin. He was one of the earliest known experiments. He was created by combining Gavanium, the DNA of a frog, and a human genome donor. We even see early footage of this in a VHS tape from BanBan 3, where a frog is seen hopping around inside the facility, likely the first stage of the experiment. After this frog was infused with Gavanium and human DNA, he transformed into the sheriff-like character we know today. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Some fans believe that after Toadster was created, the scientists made him watch endless Western film to shape his personality and speech. That would explain his accent, behavior, and sense of justice. But another theory says his human donor was someone from a Western background, which would explain why Toadster naturally adopted that personality. And this idea is supported by other characters in the game, who seem to inherit memories or personality traits from their donors, sometimes even emotions. Next, we have Bambolina, and her origin is deeply connected to BanBan himself. Bambolina was created as a way to control BanBan, who had already started becoming unstable and aggressive. Scientists hoped to calm him by creating a companion, someone he could connect to on an emotional level. To do this, they used the DNA of Ms. Waverly Mason, a person BanBan had specifically requested to see. When Bambolina came to life, things went sideways. She showed similar psychological symptoms to BanBan, including the belief that she was her donor. This frightened the facility staff, so they made one key decision. They never allowed Bambolina to meet her genome donor. Instead, she was placed into testing and behavior monitoring and trained to become part of the kindergarten system. Eventually, she was intended to reunite with BanBan, but only when she was fully stable. Now let's talk about a fan favorite, Syringeon, the creepy medical character with robotic limbs and a cold demeanor. Syringeon's original purpose was very different from what we expected. According to classified case files, Syringeon was created to perform complex surgical procedures on failed characters and unstable experiments. He was designed to be precise, emotionless, and efficient. But there was a problem. Syringeon had one of the lowest KAS scores out of all the cases. KAS stands for Kindergarten Application Suitability, a rating that determines whether a character is fit to be shown to children or added to the facility's systems. Because Syringeon was so unstable and potentially dangerous, the scientists were ordered to terminate his development. Now let's move to one of the most mysterious characters in the series, Flumbbo. There's a lot of confusion about Flumbbo. Some fans believe he's the original BanBan, but that's not true. BanBan was created first. Flumbbo was made after BanBan, using the same method, Gavanium mixed with human DNA. What makes Flumbbo different is the role he seems to be designed for. In BanBan 0, we find a strange document labeled Anti-Devil File, which mentions the idea of creating a counter to something evil. Fans now believe that Flumbbo was created as a counterbalance to BanBan's darker side, possibly to stop a spreading corruption inside the facility. Some even think Flumbbo was meant to end the hellish BanBan threat, which we'll probably learn more about in BanBan 8. And before we get into the origin of the main characters, like BanBan and jumbobosh, let's take a quick look at a few others whose stories are just as important. Let's start with Nabnab and Nabolina. We don't have official case files explaining exactly how they were created, but visually and behavior-wise, it's pretty clear what happened. Both Nabnab and Nabolina are spider-like characters. They have multiple limbs, the ability to walk on walls, and fast, unpredictable movement. So it's almost certain they were made using a spider genome combined with Gavanium. Now here's where it gets interesting. Nabnab was created first, but due to his isolation and loneliness, he became more unstable and aggressive. To help him emotionally regulate and stabilize his behavior, the scientists at the facility decided to create a counterpart, Nabolina. She was meant to be his companion, possibly even a friend or calming presence. But her creation didn't go as planned. Because of an event called Bring a Friend Day, her development was canceled and abandoned. Later, in BanBan 3, we see BanBan himself give us a mission to bring Nabolina back to life. This shows she was never completely erased from the system, and her revival may play a bigger role in the story moving forward. Now let's talk about another mysterious character character, Bitter Giggle. Bitter Giggle was also created using human DNA and Givanium, but we still don't know who his genome donor was. What we do know is that Bitter Giggle was created around the same time as Sheriff Toadster, during an early phase of the facility's experiments. He seems to have had a failed development cycle. Despite this, Bitter Giggle was eventually finalized and added to the kindergarten, possibly after being restructured or re-engineered. And now, let's move on to one of the most iconic characters in the entire series, Jumbobosh. In BanBan 2, we find a VHS tape that shows how Jumbobosh was made. In this tape, we see surgeons injecting Givanium into a block of green clay. This clay was mixed with gorilla genetics, which is why Jumbobosh is so powerful. Some fans even believe that surgeons created siblings for him. We've seen wall art of other Jumbobosh-like characters, but we've never met them in the game. That's led to theories that the siblings were failed experiments, or they could appear in future games. And before we talk about BanBan's origin, there are still a few very important characters we need to cover, specifically Captain Fiddles and Queen Bouncelia. Both of these characters are extremely mysterious. In fact, Captain Fiddles might be one of the most important characters in the entire series, and yet he's also the one we have the least information about. But after digging through files and subtle hints, here's what we know. Captain Fiddles is also known as Case 12G. He was created using the genome of a woolly spider monkey combined with Givanium. That explains his design. What's really interesting is that he was one of the few characters who was actually completed and fully ready during the Bring a Friend Day event. While most of the other cases were still in testing or early development, Captain Fiddles was already finished and approved. Unfortunately, beyond that, we don't have much else confirmed about how he was used, what his personality was meant to be, or if he ever had a genome donor memory reaction like BanBan or Bambolina. Now let's talk about Queen Bouncelia, another character surrounded by mystery. She's actually one of the main figures in the entire series, but strangely, not much about her creation is ever directly revealed in the game. That said, I've spent a lot of time collecting information, hints, and fan theories, and I've put together a full breakdown of how Queen Bouncelia was created and what her true purpose might be. But I'm not going to share it all in this video. If this video hits 500 likes, I'll make part 2, where I'll explain everything about Queen Bouncelia, her origin, her role, and what she could mean for the future of the series. Now let's talk about the character you've all been waiting for, BanBan himself. BanBan, also known as K6, was one of the very first mascots created at the kindergarten. The scientists originally tried to bring BanBan to life using a human-like circulatory system, but that experiment completely failed. The human system was just too weak and couldn't handle the unique structure of these mascot creatures. Because of this failure, the staff decided to try something else. They switched BanBan's circulatory system to a Givanium-based system. Givanium, as you know, is that mysterious silver-like material that can bring non-living things to life in this world. After switching BanBan to a Givanium circulatory system, he finally came to life. But there was one major side effect. Since BanBan's DNA was created using a real human genome donor, specifically the genome of a man named Dr. Uthman Adam, BanBan didn't just come to life randomly. He actually started remembering memories from Dr. Uthman Adam's real human life. Just like other Givanium experiments, the memories somehow stayed locked inside the mascot's mind. Because of this, BanBan acted strangely compared to other mascots. He could eat, he could drink, he could speak fluently. He had high-level human intelligence. He was also cooperative most of the time, but there was always a deep confusion inside of him. Deep down, BanBan believed he was Dr. Uthman Adam, not just a mascot created from his genome. And strangely, like all other alive cases, BanBan also reported feeling constant pain inside his body, pain that no one could fully explain. At first, the staff thought this could be manageable, so to fix BanBan's confusion, they arranged a private meeting between BanBan and the real Dr. Uthman Adam. This meeting probably took place inside BanBan's cell. When Adam Uthman entered the room, BanBan treated him like a stranger, even offering a handshake, despite believing in his mind that he himself was Adam. During the meeting, Dr. Uthman explained that he was BanBan's original genome donor and started telling BanBan about the science behind Givanium procedures. But while Adam was talking, something inside BanBan snapped. Without warning, BanBan became extremely aggressive and tried to attack Adam. Security stopped BanBan before any major harm was done, but Adam Uthman still suffered some minor injuries. After this violent outburst, BanBan was placed in solitary confinement to prevent any further danger. And this is where everything truly began to fall apart for BanBan. Locked alone, BanBan lost his mind. He began repeating only a few random words over and over again. Givanium, Pancreas, Weverly, and Adam. It was clear that BanBan's mind was shattering under the pressure of conflicting memories and the painful truth of his existence. He repeatedly begged the staff to let him see Dr. Weverly Mason, who was Dr. Uthman Adams' best friend. And because BanBan thought he was Adam, in his mind, Weverly Mason was his best friend too. But after the attack incident, the staff ignored all of his requests. To try and solve BanBan's growing instability, the staff created a new mascot, Bambolina. Bambolina was similar to BanBan in many ways, but this time, they made sure that Bambolina would never meet her human genome donor. They wanted to avoid another case of memory confusion. Bambolina was placed into BanBan's cell, where he was found crying alone in the corner. When Bambolina approached him, BanBan suddenly rushed at her, not to attack, but to hug her. After the hug, BanBan returned to his corner and remained silent. At first, this meeting seemed to help, but strangely, after Bambolina met BanBan, she started becoming uncooperative too. It was later discovered that Bambolina's genome donor was actually Dr. Weverly Mason, the very person BanBan had been desperately crying out for. In BanBan's broken mind, Bambolina wasn't just another mascot, she was his lost best friend. This emotional connection completely broke whatever little control the staff had left over BanBan. In a desperate attempt to fix BanBan's mental instability, the scientists decided to inject him with a new type of Givanium solution. This solution was designed to suppress his intelligence and emotional instability, to basically dumb him down and make him more manageable. At first, the experiment looked like it was working, but then everything went horribly wrong. BanBan began shaking violently. He screamed in unbearable stomach pain, and then the transformation began. Unknowingly, the scientists had created BanBan's hellish form. Instead of making BanBan calmer, the Givanium solution mutated his body and mind into something far more dangerous and uncontrollable. This new hellish BanBan had pure rage burning inside him and no way to stop it.